All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show outside Levi's Stadium on a Friday with a brief breakdown of everything that happened down here on a Friday in Santa Clara. Well, we just finished talking to Kyle Shanahan, and Jordan Watkins has a calf injury, and he's going to be out several weeks. So another rough break for the Niners. Watkins is a terrific young receiver. He hasn't been able to get healthy this summer or this fall now. And so it's going to delay him. Kyle was asked, how long is he going to be out? And it sounds like several weeks. So calf injury, I don't know exactly how significant it is, but it's obviously significant enough that he's going to miss several weeks. So there you go. That's the Jordan Watkins injury. Now, Spencer Burford's got a knee injury. He's out right now. Connor Colby hurt his groin yesterday in practice, and this situation. Watkins is out. Burford is out. Colby, I believe, is going to be a game time decision, but most likely Nick Zakelj or Hennessy will start for him. My guess is it'll be Nick Zakelj who will wind up starting at guard for Colby. So that's a loss. Juwan Jennings also is hurt. Brock Purdy's hurt. Highly unlikely that he'll start the game, but he did make progress this week. So Kyle giving us the breakdown. Watkins, Burford, Colby, Jennings, and Purdy all among the injured for the 49ers. There was no Trent Williams at practice that I saw, but then after we left, he was out there practicing. So we only got a brief view of practice, and then after that, Trent Williams supposedly was out there practicing. So I would imagine Trent is going to go in this game on Sunday. I would say that his practice situation is he practices when he wants. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Saron Neal and Kyle Juszczyk both practiced today without the blue non-contact jerseys on. Both those guys are coming out of concussion protocol. Both are trying to play on Sunday against the Cardinals. Christian McCaffrey, Bosa, Purdy, they all practiced today. Purdy looked better than he did the day before and better than he did on Wednesday. But he's not, you can kind of tell he's not going to go. I mean, they're leaving it as a game time decision, and they'll make a formal decision, obviously before game time because they have to. But I saw him Wednesday, and I'm like, no way. No, he's not practicing. He's not playing. And it's not that he looks so terrible. It's just that if you watch him every day and you can see the way he picks his feet up and puts them down, you could see that he was being he was moving gingerly on the foot. Whoa. That's a loud motorcycle. Anyway, but so you could kind of tell Wednesday that he wasn't going to go. They haven't made the formal announcement, but Shanahan basically told us it's highly unlikely that Purdy's going to go in this game. Juwan Jennings is battling an ankle and a shoulder injury. He didn't practice all week, so I think JJ's probably not going to go, but we'll see. But he did not practice all week. Yetur Gross-Matos didn't practice. That I could tell. As I mentioned, Spencer Burford, he's got the knee injury. He's working on the side. He's out. Watkins with the calf. He's out. So the Niners are a little bit banged up for sure. I guess the key injury is Trent Williams, and Trent Williams most likely is going to go in this game against the Cardinals. Now, it would be big news if he couldn't go because the Niners really don't have backup tackles that at least that I believe in. Maybe they can claim they believe in them, but I don't know that I do. As far as keys to victory, and I think this would be a good spot late in the week to talk about some of the keys to victory for the 49ers in this particular contest. I think there's a lot of very specific things the 49ers need to do in this game to get the win over the Arizona Cardinals. One, Cardinals swept them last year. Kyler Murray's won the last 3 games he's played here at Levi's, so he's going to bring momentum into this game. He's going to bring confidence into this game. He's going to bring a belief into this game. And I think how well the 49ers rush him and how coordinated that 4-man rush is will really determine success or failure in this game. If you give most quarterbacks a run lane, they're going to take it, but they're going to burn you for like 10, 12, 15 yards, and it's a first down. If you give Kyler a rush lane, he's going to turn it into a freaking house call. All right, he's going to go 50 on you. He's going to go 60 on you. He's going to take it to pay dirt, and that's the last thing you want to see. So, a well-coordinated, well-conceived four-man rush, and these guys are going to have to show some discipline up front. You know, in the past, Eric Armstead's been the key guy to, you know, if he saw somebody getting out of their lane, he would kind of compensate and kind of move into that lane and try to keep the quarterback kind of hemmed in that pocket, right? You want to keep him inside the pocket, and you want to squeeze that pocket down slowly. And Armstead was so good at that, at maintaining his rush lane. You know, they've got their pass rush group of Mikell and Gross Matos, and then Huff and Bosa. They're dynamic. They're really dynamic. Maybe the most dynamic four-man rush line in the league right now. But how well can they keep Kyler hemmed in and slowly close those walls of the pocket so he can't get out? How you rush Kyler Murray determines your success or failure, I believe, in this game. I think when they do go with 5- and 6-man pressures, they got to bring smaller bodies. You're not going to bring this guy down with big bodies. You're going to bring him down with Upton Stout. You're going to bring him down with, with Jair Brown. You're going to bring him down with DBs and linebackers, D. Winters. You know, if you're going to blitz this guy, you know, this is the one game where I would really blitz him with smaller guys, and if I have to drop my linemen into you know, the hook zones, and I'll do it. I'll make that trade, because I really believe that Upton Stout's got a much better chance of getting Kyler Murray on the ground than Nick Bosa, just because of the size of Murray and how hard it is to break down against an athletic guy like that in space. You know, Nick Bosa's 270. You know, Upton Stout is 200 pounds, you know, so I'll take my chances blitzing Kyler with smaller bodies. I think also the key, the Cardinals have not gotten James Conner going yet. They've got a big combination of Conner and Benson. Benson's the speed, Conner's the power. You gotta go low on these guys. You gotta bring more than one hat to the party, and you gotta wrap. If you don't go low, if you don't wrap, if you don't bring your friends, you're not going to bring these guys down. It's as simple as that. Connor's too big, too powerful. Benson's too big, too powerful. You got to go low. You got to wrap. Offensively, you know, Mac Jones has really got to take care of the football if it winds up being Mac Jones. Mac Jones makes some beautiful anticipatory throws, but when you throw with anticipation and you're throwing the ball and it's leaving your hand before the receiver comes out of the break, you know, there's a lot of trust there. And Mac has not played a lot of football. He doesn't have a lot of experience with these guys. And it's going to be very important that if he throws some anticipatory passes, that he's on point, you know, and that he's accurate and on point with those passes. Taking care of the football is his number one thing. He won last week. Why? Well, he only turned it over one time. If he turns it over one time, he's got a great chance to win. I think you got to pick on Arizona's pass defense. They got a number of injured cornerbacks. They got guys who are out. They also have guys that are injured. Go at them. Go at the Arizona defense, their pass defense. You got to chip their defensive ends. You know, between Baron Browning and Josh Sweat, they've got two ends in there, what I would call the super prime. And these guys are playing lights out. That duo has 19 pressures in the last 2 games. You got to chip those guys. You got to give McKivitz and Trent a little help against their excellent edge rushers. You got to target Arizona's deep middle. Why? Because opposing quarterbacks against Arizona on throws over the middle are 34 of 45. They've completed 75% for 367 yards and a touchdown. The middle, in the intermediate, in the deep is wide open against Arizona, and it has to be tested. You got to let Arizona make mistakes. Arizona's the NFL's second most penalized team. They average over 10 penalties per game. They're giving up 75 plus free yards to their opponent every week. Let them make the mistakes. You got to pressure Arizona through their guards. Isaiah Adams and Evan Brown have allowed 6 pressures combined already. The Niners have to commit to the run in this game as well. Play complementary football to try to protect what is the NFL's 3rd youngest defense. The Niners have a very young defense. Arizona's opponents average only 17 rush attempts, versus them. The Niners are averaging 31 rush attempts per game. Commit to the run. Arizona's defense has yet to play a team that is committed to the run. If the Niners commit to the run, I think it's going to be a great day. And then you got to win on 3rd downs defensively. Arizona's got a 40.9% 3rd down conversion rate. It's 17th in the NFL. You got to convert and keep your offense on the field and keep their defense on the field as well. Kyler Murray's been pressured on nearly 33% of his snaps this year. He's been sacked 6 times. So heating up the quarterback is going to be absolutely huge. Take away Arizona's run game. Arizona's got the 2nd worst run blocking team in the league. They're 60-40 pass run type team so far. Take away their run game. So there you go. Some thoughts on the matchup. Join me tonight at 6 o'clock for Niners Nightly. And on Niners Nightly tonight, CJ West is going to stop by. We're also going to talk to Chase Sr. and Guy Haberman, who's going to be on the call with Tim Ryan in place of Greg Papa on Sunday. Guy Haberman's going to stop by, so join me tonight at 6. We're brought to you by Claw Daddy Arcades. They're a great follow on Instagram at Claw_Daddy_Arcades for a location near you. They got a brand new location that just opened in Capitola Mall. They also have a location opening later this year in Visalia Mall down in the Central Valley. And we should also tell you this 49er football season is presented by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chat, season-long leagues, and of course Sleeper picks for daily fantasy. Use the promo code Larry and Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. The link's in the description. Terms and conditions apply. Thanks to Pig in a Pickle, thanks to Sleeper, thanks to Claw Daddy, and thanks to all of you. Have a great Friday, and thanks for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.